Hey, double hey, San Francisco Bay, Monterey. My name's Alexander.
And I'm Dr. Shasta.
And we're here with another episode of Your Healthy Living, wearing our Bulb Guy shades. Kind of fits with the intro, doesn't it?
Yes.
We're a little surfing.
We're just trying to pretend
in.
like we're on a sandy, warm beach right
We're
now
like
with a beautiful garden with beautiful bulbs everywhere, with a majestic building and house and lots of yummy food.
Wow.
Can you tell that I
I'm
really
telling you.
want
Are you
to? I want a
hungry?
vacation.
You want a vacation?
No, I
and
saw
you're
these
hungry.
pictures of Rich's house and his garden, and it's exquisite.
Yeah, it's
So we
pretty
have-
cool. And I never even,
Yeah.
I mean, who'd have thunk? When I heard the bulb guy was coming, I was thinking, we got light bulbs everywhere. I don't think we need any more bulbs.
No.
But,
Get it all the time.
We have
yeah, I bet you do.
Get
we
all the
have
time.
Joyce's brother, Rich Santoro, with us.
Joyce was on the.
Joyce McCulloch
she
was with us.
What was that? About a month and a half ago, I think, right?
I think so.
And I don't think
She's
we've
a wonderful
actually.
singer.
We have so many episodes now; it hasn't aired on Channel 15. Don't forget, we're on Channel 15 Create TV for Campbell and San Jose. So
6:30 Monday
6:30
nights.
Monday nights. They've actually been putting us on in other slots too.
Oh, wow.
So if you're channel surfing and see us sitting here at this nice red table, you'll know it's always a good show. We always have great
We have the most
guests.
amazing guests.
We do, and this is going to be different and
Yeah.
amazing. In fact, McKenna, when she got the email from, she goes, "This guy's going to be a lot of fun." Well, she didn't say it like that because she's a girl and she's a professional singer, but
Yeah.
but I'm excited. You know, I mean,
And she got a pair of glasses too from
yes,
Rich.
we all got glasses that we're going to use for the first 5 minutes because after that
because
I
we
got to
can't
read.
see. Yeah.
Is the 5 minutes up?
No, no,
Not yet.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
we're on our way. But yeah, Rick, he's called the bulb guy. You know, you've been on all sorts of stuff. You've been bulb gardening locally since 1985. This is going to be as hard as the pupils. I can tell already. You were thinking that, weren't you?
You said
were
the
thinking
bulb
that.
guy.
The bulb.
He's the bulb.
I said bulb.
And not bald. That's my wife. My
I'm-
wife. That's my wife.
I'm getting there.
Constantly.
His garden was recognized in Sunset Garden in 2014 in Sunset Magazine. And he's featured articles in Costco magazine. That's right. You buy all your bulbs from Costco. I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
that was
Costco.
weird. I
Good
never knew
deals.
that. I didn't even know they had them.
Great deals.
More recently, he's been a subject of interest in NBC's Garvin Thomas Bay Area Proud segments. Well, here we come. We're on Channel 15. We're as close. We're right next door to NBC. On
That's
that, right. Garvin has featured Ritz a record 4 times since 2012. And his mission is to promote bulb gardening and have tons of fun doing it. Let's see, I can't read this. A personal tour through the birthday is imperative. So, you know, we were chatting about this before the show and kind of getting things going, and this has kind of turned into a real passion for you. But not only that, it's kind of to help other people, right, Rick?
Interesting. You said the word passion because when Garvin did his first story, he knew I sang, and he says, "Rich, I know you sing. I know you love singing. But this seems to be your passion. I know you love doing this." And I says, "Can you explain the difference between, love and passion?" I says, "Yeah." I says, "When I wake up in the morning, I don't want to sing 'Come Fly With Me.' But I want to get out in this garden." And that's the difference. It's the first thing that comes to my mind is getting in that garden and doing whatever I do. There's kind of like 4 or 5 different phases of it.
Wow.
But that's the difference between love and passion is, that's probably the first
And you have the largest bulb garden on the whole West Coast?
In the U.S.?
In
the
the
whole
U.S., yeah.
US.
Now, private bulb garden.
Private bulb
yeah,
garden.
private, yeah.
And
So
this
this
is
is-
something you have to work at throughout the whole year?
Yeah, it's a process of, it kind of starts really around early August. Costco brings out their bulbs in August. They're the first one to do that. So buy the bulbs, put them into my piano. You have to have a piano.
Uh-oh. We're going to find out about the piano after this break. Stay tuned to Your Healthy Living and the KYS Video Web Radio Network.
At Way of Wellness, we help to rebalance the hormones of your body so that it can heal itself. Way of Wellness offers acupuncture, Chinese medicine, functional nutrition, Chi yoga, and wellness coaching. Call 408-615-1995 and start living the life that keeps us well.
Hey, San Francisco Bay, Monterey. My name's Alexander.
And I'm Dr. Shasta.
And we're back talking about bulbs.
Bulbs.
I got to say bulbs.
Yeah, that's better.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're with my friend Joyce's brother, Rich. And we want to know how you started doing bulb gardening. Why did you do this?
Why did I do that? Yes. 1985, my wife and I were actually showing off our 1983 Eldorado to my sister-in-law, Carmen. And she lived around the corner, driving down, and Carmen's putting around in the front there. And, hey, Carmen, what are you doing? I'm bulb gardening. And at the time I had no clue what a bulb was. I said, isn't that hard to do? You got to be English, speak with an accent. She said, oh yeah, it's very difficult. So she literally wrote my 5-step program, and she said, let me show you. So she walked in the front, got her shovel, dug a hole, got a bulb, threw it in there, stamped on it, done. I can do this. So she literally wrote my 5-step program, which is on my little card over there.
Okay.
Opposed to the 12-step program, which I'm sure you're familiar with. And then, of course, there's the 2-step program for line dancers.
Uh-huh. I see.
2-step. Is the line dancers on there? I didn't even flip your card over.
Dig hole for bulb, drop bulb in hole, cover bulb with dirt, water bulb in hole, step away from the bulb.
Step away. It's like that. Step
Away
away
from the bulb.
Let it happen
Wow.
on its own.
I like
There you
that.
go, yeah.
I'm glad you got that on the back of your card.
That's funny.
So you're encouraging people to have beautiful, magical gardens.
Yes. The whole idea behind the garden is to bring people there and have them see what they see and get ideas, go do their own bulb garden, and invite me so I don't have to do it.
Ah. So, and now you said, I know we weren't able to get you on soon enough before your showing. You had 9 days of showing this year, last month. Tell us a little bit about that. Is that when they're mainly in bloom?
Exactly. What I do is wait till there's not this sort of a 9 days from weekend to weekend and 5 days in between, and you can kind of see it coming. And you kind of have to, you got to kind of nail. After 30 years, you kind of pretty much figure it out. Right. And sometimes it'll move a week early, sometimes a week later. So what I do is pick that 9 days when people will see the most color. So they may miss some stuff, but they're going to see the most color. And that's when I basically put out an email and contact the TV, radio, et cetera, et cetera. And they've been, the media has been more than willing to do that. And especially since we integrated a fundraiser 3 years ago. And what we do basically is we don't charge. There's no charge, never will be. And my wife and I were as the garden got bigger and bigger and more people were coming, we're talking about 1 year we had 700 people in a day, which was like a conga line. Just
Coming through your backyard?
Coming through the backyard.
Holy Moses.
Yeah, this was...
That's really inspiring.
it was a day after actually Joan Morris had put me on the front cover of the Mercury News. The next day, boom, it was they were coming from a quarter of them. They couldn't, there was no parking. They were coming from Independence High School.
Oh,
Parking
really?
there. Yeah. So what happened was we saw this opportunity and we're going, we just got to be a way to raise money for something. This is a wasted opportunity. And like I was telling you, it just kind of happened. We had a son that passed away, unfortunately, in 1982 of neuroblastoma. And while he was at Stanford, he had drawn a rainbow. And the rainbow was on the front cover of Stanford's brochure. And we did not know this until he was re-diagnosed because we would go through the back. And that's not where the brochures were. They were in the front. We went to the front. We're sitting at a desk, and we see Boom's Rainbow. And Reese and I say, that's Boom's Rainbow. After he passed away, we put the picture in a frame, and it was really right on the wall before you go in the garage. Was there for 33 years. Never moved. We never budged it. One day, 3 years ago, close the door, going in the garage, crash. I knew what it was. And, of course, I was concerned about, the picture, not the glass. And walked in and saw it was all over the floor. I picked it up, put it on the table, and literally, in the snap of a finger, I saw exactly what we were going to do. It was going to be called a Rainbow for Boom, and we were going to sell paper tulips, cut out tulips, put them on the garage, and that's how we're going to raise money. The first year we raised $13,000. That was 3 years ago. Wow. And so $20,000 over 3 years. So now the garden has a purpose, and so do I.
That's
so,
cool.
Wow.
So the efforts are,
And this goes to
St. Jude Hospital. Yeah.
St.
Oh
Jude
my
for
God,
children.
that is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gives us a sense of purpose.
So it's like the garden inspires people, and now there's something that they can do that actually generates money for other children.
Yeah. Help kids. Yeah.
And how can people find you to be able to come and be a part of both of these things, see your garden and participate in your fundraiser?
I have a website. They can go on the website. What is it? The-bulbguide.com. Maybe you guys can put it on there later on.
Yeah.
And they can email me. They can send. What we do is have people send checks directly to me, made out to St. Jude. not to me.
Right.
And then we just basically would have how much money comes in, $5 a tulip. We put the tulip on the garage, and we'll show hopefully a picture later on, Andy. And then we forward the money to St. Jude. And I sort of have a contact over there right now. They're kind of getting used to me sending checks.
Oh, so they know who you are at St. Jude, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they like in Ohio? Or
Tennessee.
something? Is it?
Memphis,
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
No kidding. Huh.
Wow. So what?
people.
Thank you for what you're doing and doing something positive like that.
Yeah.
How many bulbs have you planted since you started? Where is the garden, and which bulb is your favorite?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Yes.
That was three. That was a 3
Hey,
in 1.
You know,
That was a hat
wanna
trick.
Make sure we get all of
You got a
these.
hat trick here.
Well, since 1985, 72,149. I have receipts.
Wow. Okay.
That's since 1985. My
72,000 have
yes.
been planted.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, 12,000. Just last year, a little over 12,000. Just this past year.
Do you have like an electronic planter now, or are you still hand
Well, one at a time.
72,000 holes he's done?
72,000 holes, pretty much. Pretty
Wow.
much it.
How deep do you have
That's
to go? It's not
amazing.
like drilling for oil or anything, is it?
About 4 inches. About 4 inches. About 6 inches apart.
Okay, so I got a weird question, right? You know, I of course I grew up in Iowa. I'm not a farm guy, but Gretchen is. But it's here. The weather's, you know, it's around the same thing for a long time. I say 9, maybe 8, 9 months. It gets a little hot. Why can't you just plant it at a different time and have another 9-day thing in August?
Oh, no, Mother Nature won't let you do that.
It just doesn't work that
yeah,
way.
They
huh?
have their own little.
So they got a little clock
They got a
inside
little
of
clock.
them.
Yeah.
And they do come back and back and back and back. Is
No.
that true? No.
No.
Not these
well,
ones.
yeah. In California, tulips don't,
Hmm.
because we don't get the chill that back east gets. Daffodils will. There's some snowdrops. I basically put 12 different bulbs in. Muscari, ranunculus, and on, irises. But the tulips don't get the chill that, say, Chicago does or back east, and they need that chill. They need about 10 weeks of chill, so that's why they don't come back.
Really?
So that's why I have to plant and plant and plant and plant.
No kidding.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Well, you know, it keeps you in shape, right? Does your wife do this with you?
My wife doesn't know I do this.
Oh,
She's like, why are all these people going through the backyard? You know, I just got out of the shower. What's with 100
she just
people in
wants
the
you to
backyard?
sing, right?
That's one of my favorite things. The people are in the garden. They ask me, "How does your wife feel about this?" And I look around and go, "Don't tell her I do this. She doesn't know I do this."
Just forget you saw me here.
The garden, you know, Shanna, is interesting. The garden is full of flowers, but there's more stories back there than flowers. There's a lot of stories, and I give like an actual tour to people and then integrate my Uncle McGee's iris and Conrad the tulip, and it goes on and on. The
that's
Dela
really
Cruz,
neat.
and goes on. So, I mean, I have fun. I mean, I have a ball. If I don't have fun, I'm not doing it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
who gave you the bulb guy name?
Oh, excellent question. Holly Hayes. Holly Hayes from the Mercury News in 2009. Holly had written an article in the Mercury News, and she was looking for people that had a project from beginning to end with pictures. And it just so happens I had converted the yard to what it is today in 2008, and I had from A to Z. It was perfectly laid out for her.
Huh.
And so then I sent her the pictures, Rich, perfect. She ran an article front page of Mercury News, and she's the one that literally gave me the name of the bulb guy.
The
It's
bulb
stuck
guy.
in my name.
God, I feel like I saw that too.
It's,
Did
It's
you?
familiar.
it's been around.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
familiar.
Well, it did sound familiar to me, but then I kind of went, wait a minute, the light bulb did
Light
just
bulb.
hit me. And, you know, we own a studio here, so I'm thinking, okay, the guy's going to try and sell me a bunch of light bulbs.
bulbs.
We don't have that many bulbs, but
So when is the garden open to the public, and does it cost to get in?
It does not cost to get in. It never will. It's usually the last week of March, but sometimes it'll move a week before that and a week after that. In the past, it's done that, depending on God.
Can people like sign up
Yes.
and then have an announcement
Yes.
at your website?
Yes. My email's there.
and we'll talk a little bit more after this commercial break about how to see the garden when it's in bloom.
Yeah, and
how that
see
all
some pictures of it too.
Yeah.
Be right
Rich
back.
brought some. I do traditional Chinese medicine, and that includes 5 different branches: acupuncture, massage, yoga, tai chi, qigong, herbal medicine, and nutrition. It is amazing in helping the body heal itself that it releases the body's natural endorphins, serotonin, and seems to rebalance the hormones of the body.
Lower back pain was taken care of very quickly. 6 treatments and I was pain-free. And this was like 3 years ago and I've remained pain-free.
I've grown up in the Bay Area and I have had my own practice for over 15 years. When I was 12, I decided I want to be an acupuncturist, and by the time I was 25, I was licensed.
I have thyroid condition and stress, big time. When I walk out, I'm feeling like a whole different person. It's definitely a blessing to be able to come here.
I love helping women have babies, and the day that they actually get pregnant, the look in their eye is like, it's the best thing ever.
I've been struggling trying to get pregnant for the past 3 or 4 years. I came to Shasta. I would totally recommend her to anyone out there that is trying to get pregnant. She will do great for you.
Way of wellness has to do with living a life that keeps us well.
Hi there, this is Alexander with It's All About the Show. You know, I've been with Money Concepts since 1994, and they have been the primary catalyst for my success as a financial advisor. If you're looking for a career change and you want to help people for a living, check out moneyconcepts.com/ALEE or call 946-8378 today.
Hey, double hey, San Francisco Bay, Monterey. My name's Alexander.
And I'm Dr. Shasta.
And we're talking bulbs.
Yep.
Bulbs.
With Rich
I
here.
like the way you say that, Andy.
Bulbs.
Bulbs.
I
We're
like
talking
that.
bulbs.
With a Z.
And, you know, as a former I say former musician, I can tell you, I bet you have a pretty cool voice, man. You're going to do some jazz and
Do a little nice My Way. And
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I get that,
Bobby
though.
Darin.
I like it.
Mac the Knife. Oh, yeah.
Do you do some singing when you're in your bulb garden?
Never.
Really?
I separate my life.
That's okay.
My
I
life is
suppose.
Like the sound of
You're
music.
focusing on the bulbs. You got to do that. That 5-step process takes a lot of concentration, I'm sure.
You got to read the card every time. Drives me nuts. Takes so much time.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
So what was the secret message in the Milpitas Hills?
I can't tell you the message, but I'll tell you a quick story about what it was all about. 5 years ago, I came up with this idea to put thousands of bulbs in the Milpitas Hills, spell out a message, and then it was going to go viral. The first year we had 85 degrees weather in December, killed 1,900 bulbs.
Oh my
gosh.
Next year it was 2,300 bulbs. We had a drought, killed every bulb. Next year I said, well, I'm going to go big, 6,700 bulbs. Drought.
Oh, yeah, that
And how much does each bulb cost? And where do you get them?
I get them at Costco, and they're roughly 50. Well, they'll go anywhere from 10 cents to about 17 cents. The fourth year, 6,700 bulbs again in the same spot. These are 8-foot by 8-foot boxes. Each box has a letter. There's a secret message. Blah 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 blah. So last year, one more shot. 6,700 bulbs. Every bulb came up, and there was a guy that had a drone named Mike Kelly, and he was going to do a lapse photography,
Right.
and we could read it from 90 feet when they first came through. The next week, 6,700 ground squirrels came up. Ate every bulb.
No way. So it only
Way.
lasted a week?
Yeah, no one saw the message. No one saw. So what I did was,
Boy, you keep trying though.
well, I
That's
figured out,
impressive.
that
really is your workout.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll get into that.
67.
It's a 45-degree angle hill.
Yeah.
So what I decided to do this year was put the message in my backyard because obviously Mother Nature was not going to let me do this,
Right,
which is cool.
right.
That's fine.
Okay.
So I made the boxes 4 foot by 4 foot, a little smaller, and same message, and brought in fresh mushroom compost from Morgan Hill, free, sterile, hot, too hot.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Literally, I should have taken a picture. One bulb flowered out of 2,700 bulbs.
Oh my.
But next year they didn't break that. What happened? It literally was hot to the touch temperature.
Yeah, I know. I would
Yeah.
just put
It was
some,
too
I just
hot.
planted a couple trees. I was like, oh my God, that
It's
stuff
hot.
is
yeah,
hot.
Yeah, and it got hot. So next year it'll break down, and it's going to happen next year. I guarantee you.
Next
Oh,
year,
well, there you
next
go.
time will be your
It's going to be that
magic
next
time.
So I can't tell you the message. Otherwise, you know what I got to do.
One. That's right. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Well,
And
we'll
I
be
wanna-
staying
I wanna
tuned for that.
live to a ripe old age.
You're going to come back next year before the end of March to
Yes.
remind us to
Yes.
invite people.
Yes.
So who gave you the cape?
Oh, Monica Sanchez gave me the bulb guy cape. This is a funny story.
Can you show it to us?
Yes.
I know
of
you
course.
brought it.
Yes. Now where am I showing it?
Right, this camera.
This
right
is
here.
called having fun doing your passion,
Yes,
people.
yes, right there.
The
Can you
bulb
see it?
guy.
There's the bulb guy.
Pull it
That's
back a
cute.
little bit.
Get back. Okay.
There you go. The bulb guy. Oh, I like it.
Oh yeah, should
you
I
go.
just stay like that?
super bulb guy.
Monica Sanchez was a elementary school buddy of mine, and she came visited the garden one day, and she had a package. Rich, you have to open it right now. So I opened up the package. Well, the cape was all green except for the bulb guy on the back. And so I said, Monica, this is a beautiful tablecloth for my reception area.
Oh, no.
No, Rich, you got to open it up all the way. So I opened it, and I realized what it was. Put the cape on. This is funny. This is 4 years ago. Up until that time, maybe I could count on my right hand how many people took pictures of me, maybe 3 or 4 times.
Right.
Put the cape on. It's a camera magnet.
Everybody loves it.
Everybody wants to take a picture. There's only one problem, Andy. They all want to take the picture of the back of me. Rich, can you turn around?
Yeah, there you go.
Just look straight ahead. Don't turn around. Just look straight ahead.
So what you're telling me is you've been doing a lot of squats before tulip time, right?
Oh yeah. You heard of P90X?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
P90X.
P90X. That's right.
And so you were showing us your photo album here, and there's this bulb guy art.
Yes,
Art.
that's
that
junk.
McKenna will
statue.
show.
Yes, that is Patrick Amiot's. He's an internationally famous junk artist rendition of the bulb guy, and that's John and Pat right there, as a matter of fact. And
And the cape is on there.
the cape's it's actually it's a metal cape.
It's a metal cape.
Yeah. So my face is made out of I think it's a gas tank, and that's a tool chest, and that's a propane tank, and nuts and bolts and pipes, and
neat.
yeah.
And you have a drawing there that
Oh.
says the bulb guy. Is that from one of the children who's come through?
Let me see. This is precious.
Oh.
Can I show this?
Yeah.
This,
Sure,
can I show that?
hold it back
Please
a little
do.
bit. There
yeah,
you go.
yeah. That's Amar and Izzy. This is Amar and Izzy.
Oh, they're
And
beautiful.
they are. And they came 4 years ago, the day before the garden show ended.
Yeah.
The next day, they brought this. If I can get on tackle here. They brought that.
That's
Yeah,
so
Andy.
adorable.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the favorite part of the whole drawing to me is the hairline.
Yeah, I'm right there
They
with
gave
you,
you
dude.
some good hair.
I'm right there with you.
So they come.
What
they
a
come
nice
every year.
smile, though.
Isn't that cute? That's cute.
That's
It-
very,
yeah,
very,
yes,
very
yes,
cute.
yes. And they come every
So,
year.
do
and
the
they-
kids come out and plant in your garden too? I see this picture
Oh,
here.
oh, you know what?
Do you have kids participating in planting?
I did actually. This past year, I did. My neighbor's kind of funny. I'll tell you. This is Conrad, named after. This is Conrad the boy. There's Conrad the tulip, and I'll tell you that story. But this year, what I did was my neighbors. Real quick story. The kids they hang on the fence. So the fence now is at 45-degree angle.
Right.
So I said, "Come on back here. I'm going to put you to work. You have to fix the fence, or you have to earn it."
Right.
So I gave them. It's kind of funny. I gave them each 30 bulbs. I said, "This is your box. This is your bed." Okay. So Raphael, 3 years old, he puts them in. They're all bunched up in the corner. Of course, all the other kids do the same thing. So now we got 120 bulbs. Basically in about 12-inch by 12-inch area.
Right.
No. You got to mix them all up. So they mixed them all up, and it literally was the most beautiful bed. Seriously,
Really?
this past year, the most beautiful bed. Now, this
and these are some pictures of some of his amazing, beautiful
yeah.
bulbs.
I will take credit for the effort, but not the beauty. I mean, we know where the beauty came from.
Beautiful,
We know where that came
beautiful.
from. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And here is some more gorgeous colors. And you have how many different types of flowers in your garden?
Well, there's 12 different types of bulbs, from tulips, daffodils, anemones,
Bigger picture.
freesias, snowdrops, irises, and it goes on and on.
When people come, because how many people keep doing? How many people visit annually?
It has ranged from 400 to 1,400.
Really?
And,
in
and
my
are they
business.
all on an email list, like a guest list?
That and the media. The
Right.
media, like Garvin Thomas, has been unbelievable. Joan Morris, Sal Pizarro, Rob DiVincenzi from the Milpitas Post, and they put me on the front covers of these things, and they're just
I mean, this is
amazing
just
people.
this is
Oh,
a
neat.
feel-good, positive.
Well, it is. This is why he's on here, Healthy Living.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And look at the attitude.
Look at that!
and,
Look
and
at
the
how
energy.
happy and youthful
And
he
this
is.
is what we're all about. I was telling him, we're here at KYS. We're kind of between Howard Stern and Oprah Winfrey. So
Yeah.
well, we keep it clean.
Yeah.
For the most part, anyway.
Well, I
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off there, Shasta. Shasta's like,
what do I say to that? I just,
there's the rainbow.
Yeah,
what
there's
I
a
want-
rainbow.
What I
there's a
wanted to
rainbow.
ask
That's the
you.
rainbow.
Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous.
That's a rainbow for Bloom right there.
That's the
Oh.
one where all
Your
the money.
son's name was Bloom.
Boom. BOOM.
BOOM.
Yeah, Richie
What
Bloom.
a
So you buy a flower, and all that money goes to St. Jude's. I think that's
oh my
cool.
gosh.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask
That's
you.
Patrick Amat right there. He's delivering. He hand delivered the piece of junk.
Oh, how neat.
Which is very unique.
Yes, he doesn't do that very
Has a
often.
lot of character.
Yeah, it is cool.
I wanted to ask you, is this something done in England and Europe, bulb gardens, and is this like something, what's that beautiful place up above Woodside?
Oh,
that has,
Philola Gardens.
Yes.
Philola Gardens.
Is that a big bulb garden?
Yeah. Man, it's interesting. I actually plant more, from what I understand, more tulips than they do. Only because, I mean, their garden is, is a variety. It's not only just tulips and daffodils. It goes on, but we're talking about flowers,
Right.
pansies and,
It's a
all
huge
that
garden.
stuff. Yeah.
But is this like a hobby that is done in other countries that I'm not familiar with?
Yeah.
And is it mainly just called
Well, I
a
would
bulb
say you
garden?
ever been to the to Holland? They're all over the place.
They're all,
there,
yeah,
right.
seriously, yeah.
In fact, being in the financial business, there was the tulip, what they call
Tulip
it,
mania.
The tulip mania, and then they used them as land and money. I mean, they were valuable.
Very valuable.
Not as land, but as money. So how does somebody get a hold of you to take a look at the garden?
It can email me. I'm thinking, will you be putting the email?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
put the email up.
Yeah, Rich at -bulbguide.com. Andy will put the email on there. Email me. I'll put you on the list.
Okay, great.
Some
And then people
yeah.
can get reminded ahead of time.
Yeah, I will.
And I
put
think
it
it's
on
up near my old house because I'm up off used to be up off Old Piedmont Road.
there. No, that's right. Yeah, right
And
there.
do people
close.
bring like a picnic and eat in your garden while they're
It's
enjoying
been
the
done.
flowers?
It's been done.
I'm
I'm going to go
definitely going
barbecue at
next
his
year.
house. I'm going to bring some beer and we're going to have a good time. Hey,
Well,
thanks so
thank
much.
you so much for
Thanks, Anna
coming on.
Rich, and
Really,
it was a
Rich.
pleasure.
It's so great to, and I love what you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah,
Stay
I love doing
tuned.
I'm going next year.
Stay tuned for more fun at the KIYS Video Web Radio Network. You can catch all of our shows. And thanks for joining us on Your Healthy Living here. Have a great week, and we'll catch you next time.
you later.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Get out in the garden. Bye.